it, but ship life. To my God, they move a coming out? Yeah, man. The genius again. We shall overcome. Shall overcome. Must overcome. We must overcome. So we are privileged to overcome. What you know? To my God, they hurt our side. From the friend that said they love me when we know them lie. I pray for the godly youth, but I know them cry. Babylon, I shoot it down on them and tell me a lie. I pray, cause rice and flour for buy. Can't depend on cassava that hard for fry. Now living on the old days that hard for try. You ask my mama eat steak and that hard for buy. So we shall overcome. Shall overcome. Must overcome. We must overcome. Say get the youth some money overcome. Me tired of the damn frustration. Tired of Babylon and them damn molestation. Them know me occupation. Send a lock off the sound and lock me in no station. With music a full nation. All it alone people use go through them tribulation. Me attack with the nation. Me no want no demonstration. No, we shall overcome. Shall overcome. Must overcome. We must overcome. That will be done. I know. Me tired of it every day. Man of them. Tired of the innocence. Blood a shed. Tired of it. Jamaica run well. People can't sleep in them bed. Me tired of it. Poverty. O'Neal. Solidarity. Me attack for the majority. You hear me? You hear me clearly? Clearly. Must overcome. Must overcome.
On the whole of them. Man, I beg your friend, I'm none of them, but I am on the whole of them. You know. Put them now, them let me rotty. Slew them with karate. Praise King Selassie, you are the high-sent monarchy. Now you let me rotty. Slew them with karate. Rock with my sword and me first out a khaki. Do not let me rotty. Slew them with karate. Here Rastafari, you are the golden monarchy. Do not get me rotty. Slew them with karate. Slew them with karate. Yes, I say you are the high-sent monarchy. How you feeling? Well, I'm feeling naughty. Burn Babylon because I'm corrupt and them naughty. Lion and roar, cool the dog, them holy barky. Yo, Papa the sword and how them face get marky. Them a defend wild. Well, myself is started. Should not have the old man a burst down on the market. Should not kill the innocent pedestrian on the street when them a walking. Who don't know? Question me now for asking. Me turn blood them out and me turn blood them stalking. Man no finger and all them still get dirty. Yo, and I'm well, then them get me rotty. So I go slew them with karate. Praise King Selassie, you are the ancient monarchy. Do not get me rotty. Me slew them with karate. Me slew them with karate. Put your nose. Yo, feed the gun for you when you reach you got the clump. Make them stop yam the rubbish and stop yam out of them. Yo, me read them and they them put a jump. This thing I tell you just can't be a kick and thumb. Now disrespect when you find them come out.
I have pressure for people. Well, Baba couldn't have a message for you, see? Alright.
Never let your problem get you down. Gotta stay focused and hold your ground. Though it seems hopeless, there is no progress. We still lost around town. We do what we do so we stay alive. We sell what we sell so we have to survive. We tired of the fuckery and we fed up from about 95. So tell them so anytime. We hungry again, they're gonna see we nine. Police out and let's them a fight crime. All the day you come and me no see the first time. So anytime, the government policies are on your mind. Poor people like that a sure sign. Corruption now fall and go reach its prime. Tell them so.
Boy, call me name, I'm a fall and feel them falling shit. Boy, get coming hurts on my temper. Them little red cut for my head, got yellow pint and pepper up in a change. Aggravated.
Well, me temper reach a level where me can't cool. Gun shot a go beat pan a loaded a go a fool. Ready fi teach me, ready fi go start school. And I the wanna be, we say that them the bar rule. Me cross, angry, miserable and cruel. Me gun get hungry, so the nozzle start drool. Me young them known fi make dopey and cool. Make worship bullet when them pass them last school. I murder to the max, we no fight physical. You this how we fuck up, then your condition critical. Somebody have to die, and that is typical. No make no sense to make we sadistic and cynical. To me you're just a digit like a Roman numeral. Me take your life and bury you without a funeral. Shoot you and shoot your gal, business as usual. Me bullets in like say them musical. Cross. But it don't no one them around me. While see me dead, so them can get fi moan me. But the man start come and stage so fi stone me. Well boy like a me no but him man nah go crown me. Me there on the press and try them best fi show me. Can't see me feel some of that still no round me. Well enough time the fussy one them try fi clone me. Enough time me have it and me well want fi sound me. Enough time me friend them have fi beg and not fi own me. Well hear them as look like a boy want to shame me. Wish fussy one me or a call up my name. The fool them as don't know how who them a to blame. So make me not say can't blame. Pussy all about him and no one them around me. While see me there, so them can not fi moan me. But him and stop come and stage so fi stone me. Show me, them a censure, like them want to know me. Call up me name and them not really know me. Up your acting up to them to your own. No which girl come on me yard for bone. Don't say some of it, well what's no.
Oh woman, I heard a little rumor last night.
Little rumor last night.
Somebody told me you ain't doing me right.
She wasn't doing me right, she wasn't doing me right.
While I've been turning my back, you be no playing the field.
She just playing the field.
Can you look me in the eyes and say to me it's not
Girl,
real?
that could not be real.
That's all I want to know.
Just wanna know, girl.
That look is giving you away.
Give it away, no.
And I never believe in a single word.
I never believe in that.
You're living dangerously.
Woman, you're living too dangerous for me.
You're living dangerously.
Is it me you're going to leave it?
You're living dangerously.
Girl, you're living too dangerous for me. You know what you say? Hey, girl, you're living too dangerous. Oh, better if you give it up. Girl, you never stop until you pass the maximum line. When you do too much, I need a relationship and not a war. Imagine this young woman in a man car. Tell me what the hell you gonna think of her. She a man that drink out of one glass in a bar. Make man a grab things from me cookie jar. Girl, open up your eyes, the man look far. Have a look up to the moon and the pretty stars. Thinking me out like I am in Mars.
Well, that's all I can see.
No mercy.
Give me your heart on my side.
Bad man now, take it out, take it out, and to make number one tune, yeah. The girls them work class lover. The girls them need this nigga. When me love them shape and figure. Yeah, the man them where the girl admire. Love the girl and make them ball up for judge. And I big up the girls them power. You be cool and my ass sing by the avenue.
Stars at the sky for you.
Zaga zaga zaga.
Nothing in this world that I couldn't do.
Wow.
If I could be your girl.
Zaga zaga.
Talk to the ladies there right now.
If I could be
You see
your
funny Friday night, what the style?
Let's go to baby, but I really just have to tell you this. It's been a while since I done my your tenderness. You put the shape on all the cherry lips. I know you all want me want to up love up and then make it. I don't want to show you I'm a man that very romantic. But who's a very choosy girl, that's all me never itch. Nothing that you see me now, you me want for shit. But listen when me sing this. Not hear the girls cry, hear the girls ball, hear the girls cry. She said, you want a proper fix? Call me. You want to get your kicks? Call me. You want the cheese sticks? Call me.
Vybz Friday with Nate up with Daya. The bandit there, Dr. Soa there. The whole LIVEVYBZ family in the building, and we have a special guest with us today. A family same way, but it's still special, right?
I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man. I want a dude who would time it to the fan. I thought that in Canada is his like a man. I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man. I want a dude who would do me in his van. I thought that in Canada is his like a man.
If you love it, allow me one time. Allow me if you want the wicked best wine. I know it's been a while, but baby, never mind. Cause tonight, me a give you the whole line, yo. Satisfaction and every girl dream. Me love to put it on, make them girl and scream. Me get a call from sexy Maxine. She never misses for the inside machine. She said, baby,
I wanna do it the wicked and slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how I'm mad. I wanna do it who in time to the fan. I thought back and had his face like a man. I wanna do it the wicked and slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how I'm mad. I wanna do it who would do me in his van. I thought back and had his face like a man. Light on red wine, letters on my bed. Your loving gives me fever. Your mama feel like, oh, would I love you, 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 would I?
Slow motion.
Baby, your love is like tequila, intoxicated. I wanna love you, wanna love you, wanna love you, wanna love you, wanna love you. XO wanted.
We went for dinner on the wall. About the spliff and we are looking up the top. When we go, you know the bedroom of it up. We start before we pop. Me back a shoulder full of finger bar.
Jungle like I said the mood. Nah, like me could do it until me nude. We slow it down and we got very, very rude. It better when it loose. So let me express my gratitude. Sing that extra.
Baby, your loving gives me fever. Your mama feel like, oh, would I love you, 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 would
While I'm a real bad girl, them pop up on LinkedIn. Say she want give me king cheap and she thinking. Me never feel like cheap when she start convincing. It's a come to make you just fly like Gigi. She said she know we're not nowhere. She know we're not nowhere. Say she want a big thing on the day. What's up the big thing on the day? I got legs in the like chandelier. Not the like chandelier. Come in and take me wicked. What a girl can afford. Whenever we fuck it up, it's spontaneous. That pussy they make any man famous. Me know you love it cocky, but you're too zealous. And you just have fuck me just to make your man jealous. So tell the girl we shift the trash, she said she fuck. She now wear no dress. Tell me something dirty, she whisper. She now wear no dress. She now wear no way. She now wear no way. Say she want a big thing on the day. Put her legs in the like chandelier. Like chandelier. Come in and take me wicked, what a girl can afford. Say why you we up all night speaking. Phone boy, cheating. She have a man, she want it. That's why she said she haven't said. She said she just an artist. Said the fuck to who they can't be friends. Cocky make she get in her feelings. Look like you need a no replacement. Every time we fuck, me gonna make a statement. No missionary fuck another we know. Me move out of me house and live in a yard. No grass, no green. On the other side, she love it to it her time. Fuck just feel so. But you wanna cry. She love the size, but did you fantasize? She open up like a window. Foot in a ceiling like a shingle. Pretty pussy just a twinkle, so our body just a tremble, so she open up like a window. Make she feel like a flamingo. No make she dash on the dildo. She no fear use her finger. You see nothing me run, so no let me ask feet, just bring it come. Me and your feet there, so I fuck to me son. Children, them baby, she said up from how you anything goes. Pussy wet up and limit till I tingle. Oh, we are sweat, but then you force a finger. Oh, we are liar, me a say we single. She open up like a window. Foot in a ceiling like a shingle. Pretty pussy just a twinkle, so our body just a tremble, so she open up like a window. We make she feel like a flamingo. We make she dash with the dildo. She no fear use her finger. Never fuck a pussy like her. This pussy by far. Never fuck nobody like her. She shine like stars. Never fuck nobody like her. This pussy by far. Never fuck nobody like her. If she not get them cocky, then I want. Look like a window. Foot in a ceiling like a shingle. Pretty pussy just a twinkle, so our body just a tremble, so
in the jazz away, fuck her away.
She have to come back tomorrow. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. Just play like a Maro. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. She said she like to swallow. Don't come on now, fuck you good. Better you fuck somebody else. Call me, yeah. Can I say the boy need it? Like when I say your pussy too good, feel. Better you fuck somebody else. Call me, yeah. She a say she want a big angle. She a say she want a big bungalow. She say she would like to be free. She say she would like to be free. She a say she want a big angle. She a say she want a big long body. She say she would like to be free. She say she would like to be free. Hey girl, me come here so feel fuck, me no come here so feel love. They get on a mission, me no come for sweet talk. No bag of think, me no come for skylark. Pussy happy when me cocky for your shine off. If I'm money happy, run on up, you tell me why car. She say I'm on a rubbish, she burn him like a dry grass. She say she no want him, me forget the high grass. But I be just sitting in the sky of purpose. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. She have to come back tomorrow. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. She run like a barrow. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. Just like a Maro. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. She said she like to swallow. Call me, yeah. Don't come on now, fuck you good. Yeah. Better you fuck somebody, yeah. Call me, yeah. Can I say the boy need it? It's all about your love. All about your love. It's all about your love. Like all about your love.
Been wonders, see you going, yeah. Going again, but I won't let you try. Now I got it, I will get it.
Every time you watch Live Vibes. Yo, ready to freestyle about the library. You want the 5 more seconds. I'm going to give you a freestyle intro, you know. I watch a girl. You have to let it go. Bandit, the girl, they want you. The ladies want the intro, Bandit. The bandits are forward with the intro. Right now, if you come at Vibes Friday. Dr. So, are you ready?
What's up, we on?
Bandit, we ready for the intro, you know? I'll show you how we are doing this week, you know?
So, I'm gonna freestyle this week, bro?
No, man, I have to freestyle for the ladies then. Okay.
Ooh.
Talk to them now. People when they are.
It's Friday, we here again. What you gonna do right now?
Subscribe.
I know you like watching us do our thing, so on YouTube right now.
Subscribe. Every Friday we live and we have all a good vibe. Over here, so well nice. Me have this bit well light.
Hey, life.
Okay.
Just met me.
Yeah, right. See them people.
Subscribe.
Just yeah. Over live vibe. Just subscribe.
Chat.
Yeah.
Man,
Subscribe to you.
yeah, man. This seat don't even feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, they're not used to seeing you. Yo,
I asked for it.
yeah.
Chat.
Yeah, they're not used to seeing you over here like this. They used to seeing the side of your face.
Yeah, it's a different angle for me, but hey, who else to do it?
Why you got
You know?
the balaclava on right now?
Oh my God.
This is not my interview.
Here
This
we
is
go.
your interview.
Yeah, but
I
why?
know you family and everything.
Yeah,
This
but-
is your interview though. You don't get to
but-
ask me too much questions yet. But
You know,
this is
Man, I have
Welcome
nothing
back.
to do with
Welcome back.
Right.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, yo.
It wasn't that deep. It was just, you know.
I'm concerned about your well-being.
I got clients. I don't have any apps. I have clients. Some may say I chop it the line. But I am a good youth. I work for mine. I just need my 40 hours a week. However I get it.
Yo, PJ, you gotta learn tonight.
Listen.
Watch this. This is the first time you gonna say that.
Oh,
Watch.
man.
It's one of many.
Okay.
Watch
We're going to be
this.
right back at this same
Drop a
spot
quarter
again.
every time.
Yo, we gotta tell you. Watch this, PJ. We got you pick up on you know. This is gonna be a good episode that you pick up.
All right, what's up? We cups up.
Oh yeah, alright, we come
What's up, man? First off, man.
I'm excited.
Chill out.
You see what we gotta talk about? Relax.
Can we intro?
People,
I was getting tired.
Can we intro,
people,
man?
I'm Mr. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is your boy, Gallus J.
Dr. Sour.
And our special guest, I call her PJ, but
Yes, it's okay.
I call her PG. I can't pronounce her government, so
Fallon?
You can't pronounce that?
I
That
didn't
is-
want to say that, but
It's
yeah.
okay.
That is a.
If you're not family, you
Don't
don't.
get me wrong.
People that's not family don't know me as PJ. They call me Fallon or Foul. It's all good.
Okay.
But I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for having me
That's it.
tonight. Happy Friday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be
Oh,
here.
time out. So you can't say Fallon?
You know why I can't say
That's
it?
my friend PG.
You know why I cannot say it?
It's
'Cause
okay.
Fallon is very close to felon, and that give him PTSD, because, you know. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the breakdown for that. All right. Continue.
So as I said, people, we're there again another Friday, and Fallon's here because we have a huge project for her. I don't even want to tell what it is, but she just...
Nah, yeah. That,
Yeah, we're not gonna
all
say.
I'm gonna say is the reason why my chair got took. I mean, she is a guest, but
Oh,
I heard
Wait,
that.
wait.
We got
I
notes. We got
did-
notes ready for her.
I was
Everything.
told her that I was.
Did I
supposed-
not ask Bucky if he wanted his chair
I didn't
back
say
as
no.
soon as he came in? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
to Bucky Dirty.
I was
Okay.
told her that that's not the right spot for me. And hey, I'm with whatever makes the show better, and I'm all for.
Have manners. That's all I want to say.
That's all. There you go.
I'm a team sport.
There you go.
I'm a team sport.
A
Okay.
team sport is crazy.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I don't.
Let
A
us
team
help you.
player?
Chat.
Let us try. Let us help
Oh,
you.
what?
Let us help you. What are you trying to say?
Sport.
A team sport sounds
Then I say
wild,
good
bro.
sport.
Hey,
That's what we gotta for part one.
Wait. No, hold up. You're a good sport because you're a team player.
there you go.
Yes, I get that. My
A team sport. Saying you are a team sport
You just-
sounds
no,
crazy.
you put it together.
I'm
all
a
in
good
one.
sport. I didn't say I'm a team sport.
That's literally what you said, yo.
I didn't say I'm a team sport.
We asked you. All right, we moving forward.
We'll watch
We,
this back. after.
Yeah.
It's okay, Bucky. You just put it all together. That's
No,
all
but
it
do you
is.
want to bet? Do you want to bet on that though?
No, he don't.
Wow. W failing for the lookout. So, like I said, we ain't gonna tell you what PJ here for, but she here for a reason,
That's
and
a fact.
you're gonna see her a lot more often. But
Did we have her on for that shit?
Yeah,
she was on before. This is her second time around.
Mm.
Last
Jay
one was
said
pretty.
before
It was
she
short.
is family though.
Yeah.
But tonight she is the guest, special
Yeah.
guest. Put some respect.
Yeah.
But look out for that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Tonight she is the guest. So, but all we gotta say is look out for some changes. Yeah.
Good changes. Good
We're
changes.
gonna
Exciting.
Upgrades. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's what it
Upgrades.
is.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Upgrades.
finally be at the set.
Look out for the upgrades. The level ups.
Yep.
So my team member them on live has not be enough. So some people in the chat might say the set might be it. So we're gonna be at the set. Yeah.
However, moving forward.
Moving forward.
Yeah.
Can we take a shot?
I think this is before we take a shot. I think this is the first Friday.
This is our first Friday,
So
yo.
this.
I'll take a shot. I'm
Oh,
here.
shit. What you want? Some rum?
I
don't
got
know.
rum
I don't
and
care.
I think we got tequila. She said I don't care. Give her the Appleton.
Yeah, actually, give me the Appleton.
Yeah, that's more.
Please.
So our first Fridays we always do current events.
Okay.
Type of vibe. So before we get into current events, we have to shout out to our sponsors real quick while you get ready for the shot. Shout out to One Love Window Cleaning.
Shouts out to Mr. All In Podcast Network.
Yeah. Shouts out to you and be safe out wherever you at. I don't know why you still traveling on one foot.
He out of North Carolina. He took this boot off, man. He outside.
Oh, for real?
Nah, he went back to he out of Charlotte right now. His mom getting ordained as I forget specific. I mean, it's of course some type of pastor or something, but she getting ordained. So
Thank you.
they out in North Carolina for that. Yeah, so big shouts out to mom for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and then
He
shout
just
out.
shared us, not to cut you off, Jay, but he just shared a freestyle with a gospel rapper, which I mean he was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Who?
In the chat.
Yeah, he showed.
Oh, I didn't even check the chat yet.
Gospel rap.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Christian rap? You like Christian rap?
Yo,
Some of it is fun.
Go ahead.
No, some of it is fun.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Not
some
fun.
of it is
Some
actually
dope. And
Some of it is actually really good,
and
yo.
if you actually, but it's only you're only gonna enjoy it if you somewhat know the Bible.
Right.
And know the metaphors and how stuff
But
takes
see,
place.
sometimes it don't even got to be that. It could just be people talking about living a good life through the grace of God, and they be rapping about that. So like, I done heard rappers that sound like Young Thug or other rapper like real. I work with this one dude, this white dude, quiet as hell, man, quiet as I know what, super Christian though, and he a gospel rapper. All he listens to is Nas. Gospel music and like old and 90s rap. Like he really a hip hop head, but he can rap and he a gospel rap. He just
I love that.
Straight out and he got some fire. I'll be like, no, you actually all right.
Yeah, and then shout out to
D Will. Shouts out to D Will too. D Will, he a gospel.
Oh yeah, we gonna bring him on too.
Yeah, shouts out to D Will. That's people, man.
Yeah,
Long
that's
time
family.
fam
That's
right there.
family.
Yeah,
so
bro.
he definitely gonna.
Bro,
we already saw. We just got to set the date.
Yeah, we got history, bro.
Yeah,
I know that from West Side all day.
And then shouts out to D&K Catering.
Big shouts out to D&K
and
Catering.
also shout out to
New York Styly.
You don't know. Big sponsors for Live
New York
Live
Styly. They've been around for forever.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a
Same location, everything.
Yeah, that's consistency right there.
Monroe Staples for sure.
That's a fact.
All right, so everybody got something in their cup.
Yep.
Yeah, we are.
We got 1 million shout out. Shouts out the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Michelle, we see you, Miss Juicy.
Big shouts out to the chat.
So we got the cups up, everybody, right now.
That's my people.
Yeah, we're gonna take
Hey.
Boom.
This guy.
Load. All right, so yeah, we're gonna take 2 cups tonight. So
yeah, my boy, very up.
Who that? Yeah. So that's 3. Yeah. And you should have there, but him not there.
Yeah, me like.
Who that, Tama?
Yeah. So first toast goes out to the man upstairs for bringing us here another week. We was here last week and we are again this week. So for that we thank God.
Yo,
But
that's
come on.
Yeah, that's what I said for
This
people who know
guy's
the Bible.
on one today, yo.
Are you excited to see me?
That's what's gotta be, yo. 'Cause y'all,
And then the other toast is
Yes.
for one of our other crew member, Talman.
Talman.
Yep.
I know anyway you didn't know right now you're going with some foolishness. Cause me see you on video, you're drunk and going like you know no sense in the youth. Careful in the youth. Mind you eat the wrong fruit in the youth. Oh.
Yo, I see my thirst trap post.
Me say, he post like some skittle. Me tell him. And then the last and third toast is the New Year, the real New Year. Happy New Year to all who know. Yeah.
You gonna have to educate me.
Yeah. All right. Anna hurt me.
All right. So today we do this PJ, and we got a couple of topics we gonna hit today and just blabber. But before we get into that, we gonna start off like always with how our week went. We gonna start off with PJ, but before you tell us how your week went, we got some new viewers that haven't met you before, so just give them a quick background on who you are, what you got going on, and all of that.
Okay, hi everybody. Oh, I should go this way since the camera just switched. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Fallon. Family call me P, or they'll call me PJ. But you can follow me at FalFM, so that's PHAL.FM. I'm a content creator, so I do music reviews. Sometimes I do get ready with me's, fashion content. But I feel like I'm kind of turning into like a Jill of all trades type thing. Sometimes I dabble into interior projects and things when I'm tasked, when I'm called upon. But yeah, I'm here. I'm a good time. I'm fun.
Facts.
I'm good vibes. That's why they call me. Also, they family. So I'm here. I'm here to have a good time.
That's what's up.
So thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah. And how was your week?
It was actually really nice because my job is very like high maintenance. Because what I have to do for work is I do like prevention education. So I'm going to different high schools and middle schools talking to kids about different types of abuse.
Okay.
But also like teaching them like how to have good friendship and like good relationships and how to set boundaries with people, whether it's with your family, with your friends.
Is it a specific group of kids that come to see you?
No, so I go to them. So I go to their schools because their districts.
Like, is there a specific class for this that they go to that they get to do this?
So
it's like a whole school seminar thing.
Whole school seminar.
Okay.
But how they do it sometimes
you're not
based
singling
on
nobody out. I got you.
So what we do is either we'll push into classrooms, so there's always groups of kids, or sometimes we'll do assembly style. So that way there's a bunch of them. So it's never us singling them out, but it's everyone kind of interacting and having conversation about certain things. They may ask me questions about, it could be small shit like, like me and my mom don't get along, so like how do I set boundaries with her and not get in trouble, right? So having conversations with them about how to like really do that shit properly.
That's shit I wish I had when I was growing up.
Yeah, or even like being in relationships and shit. Like crazy, like last week I had some seniors that come up to me and they was like, yo, there's this weird ass guy who always like wants to hang out with the girls that we go to school with. And I'm like, he a super senior? And they're like, yes, bro. So I'm like, having to talk to them about like, yo, you got to be mindful of super seniors, right? Because
super
seniors.
They should have graduated a few years back.
Yeah, right. Or they still come around and hang out with high schoolers when they should be at college parties or hanging out with grown-ups, right? They still trying to date people in high school.
They still in the high school.
Yeah, right. Bro. So it's like having conversations like that, but I do it all the time, right?
It'd be so wild to me. I didn't realize that was the thing still, but then I thought about when we was younger, it was always the girls that was dealing with the older dudes. And then I thought about it too. I work around like the younger people that work like the high schoolers and the people that's like about to graduate high school. They work in like the front area of my job. So like I'll be listening to them talk, and they boyfriends be like 20-something years old.
Word.
And they like
right. So
30s.
I gotta talk to them about shit like that,
these
right?
These is high schoolers, and y'all
listen.
These y'all boyfriends.
Listen, I have to tell them about that. So I'm like I had a conversation with juniors. I'm like, if you're gonna be here next year, be mindful of super seniors, right? But if you're a senior, meaning you about to graduate and go into the world. Here's the thing, you're an adult, right? So at 18, legally, you can do what the fuck you want to do, but be forewarned, right? Just because you choose to date somebody that's older than you doesn't mean they don't have the capacity to take advantage of you or abuse you. Just because you made that choice,
that's
right?
Real.
And it's not physical abuse either most of the time.
It can't. Sometimes it is, right? But it's being able to identify like emotional abuse, right, or verbal abuse, right?
Or when you're just
shit like
being
that.
used.
Yeah. Even like we have to have conversations about them, like about sexting, right? So normally people will go in there and be like, oh, you shouldn't do it. It's bad. I don't go in there. I tell them,
What exactly is the definition of sexting?
It's when you are sending or receiving sexually explicit content, whether it's text messages, photos, videos, emails.
So nudes. Sending nudes is sexting.
Yes,
sexting.
right?
Okay,
Because it's an exchange that's happening, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I have to legally tell them what the definitions are and like what the legalities are around that with consent laws and shit like that. But my conversation with them isn't so much about don't do it. It's more so like if you choose to do it, right? Here's how the chips may fall. So you can do it with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you fuck with, that's fine. But if you choose to do it, here's the pros, here's the cons. You make an informed choice for yourself. Because it's not realistic for me to come in there and tell them kids not to do that when they're already doing it.
You know they already do it, yeah.
So what's that's
like, always been a thing. That's
you know
that's before Aunt Taylor's all the time.
Yeah. So for me, it's more effective for me to do my job when I'm coming in, keeping it a bean.
Yeah, that makes
and they
that
respect
makes
it more because
sense.
I'm not wasting their time.
That's what I'm about to say too. They respect it a lot more.
Yeah,
they
I'm
got
not
a lot. They
gonna
got
come in,
different.
like we have conversations where we have different topics we have to do. So even like with bullying, right? Like when I'm with 10th graders, I don't need to do one-on-one class with you about what bullying is, right? In comparison to doing it with a 3rd grader.
Right.
So we're not gonna have that conversation. Our conversation is gonna look different, right? So having to kind of be able to have nuance with them, or even just have like real conversations with them, so they're not fucking just out in the world just like Looney Tunes and don't know what to do. Yeah. So it was nice because I have to do that every day for work. So being able to just chill this week and just lock in doing some other shit or just decompress has been really nice. So that's how my week been.
Made the week great.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
For sure. So how's y'all week been?
Well, my week, let me get it out of the way before Bucky say something. Because I'm not about to get stuck again. This nigga week turned into a whole month. But anyway, my week was pretty smooth. I worked. We're back out working again. Well, the season been started, but now we're doing more inside work too. And play with baby girl. And yeah, my week is pretty simple this week. So I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I didn't overwork, but I worked enough where I got my check. I was like, yeah, I did good last week. Let's keep the same pace this week.
Right.
And I gotta.
Don't you love chill weeks?
Yeah.
A relaxed week.
Oh yeah, and I went to an interview this week.
Yeah, you was telling me about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Dope. Great. One of the biggest opportunities of a job I ever got since I've been.
How do you think you did in the interview?
They love me. They said I dressed like I owned the company.
There you go.
But that's not what Kenny asked you.
Oh, what he said?
He said, "How do you think you did?"
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, I said great. But because they
right.
He actually you passed.
No, but they graded me on my look. Say if it was based off look, we would have gave you the job. So because on the phone when they call me, could be because on the phone when they
could be,
and on the phone when they call me, they said make sure you dress nice.
Yeah.
I was like
that's funny you say that. You know, I work today. Somebody had an interview. This dude had an interview, and he came in. He had a hoodie on. Everybody was talking about it. Like we was in the back. Like yo,
these people don't know how to dress.
Can we talk about it?
No, that's great. That's a good topic because
let's talk about it.
It's good that you say that because I'm not one to actually dress up for an interview. Not say I don't look nice because I always look nice. But
really,
as far as putting on ties and shit.
What about a collared shirt at least?
No, polos. That's what I'm saying. Polos.
You mean like formal attire?
Yeah, because reason being,
my mother used to tell me I had to wear a suit to interview. I remember that. Yeah. My mother used to tell me that shit. But then growing up, I realized like, nah, bro.
Not my first job. One job that I went to, my second job. Funny. But it was at Salvatore's, and obviously it's a pizza job.
Salvatore's.
Yeah, so I was fussing with my mom all morning that I don't want to wear no fucking tie. It's a pizza shop. Like,
you gotta wear a tie, bro.
They don't even wear that at the front desk. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm about to dress no type of way.
Right.
So anyway, my mom is on me, bro. She's on me. So I gave in. So I was like, whatever.
Who did your interview out of curiosity?
When?
Were you with the Salvatore's?
It wasn't Ellen.
Okay.
It was that Salvatore's, but it wasn't Ellen. But she made me go with the tie anyway. So after I did this interview, the boss ended up liking me and say, "Oh, it was a good day to let you start training too, because blah blah blah."
They needed help.
I wasn't dressed for that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I was just like,
yeah, but that was bad on their part, because why would they have?
No, but it was just based on how conversation went after doing the interview. I was like, bro, I could start today if y'all want, but he's like, well, you're not dressed like You know what I mean?
I get that.
And
I get
then
that.
another job at a factory.
That's not really a negative though either though.
Right.
No, but and another job at a factory where everybody would wear suit and tie and all of that shit. I wore boots, jeans, a nice polo. You know what I mean, and my hat and shit. And the dude said, when I got there, he said, everybody came in a tie, which is cool, but you kind of got an upper hand because we could have walked you through the work floor where you need your boots and we just gave you your goggles, but everybody else couldn't be on the work floor because they came in dress shoes. And
I guess maybe it depends on the job because that's also something
that's what I'm saying. I dress for what you. So if it's an office job, obviously you dress like you could.
I realized that. And somebody said that today when the dude was interviewing. It's like he interviewing to be a line cook, and this is his second interview to be a line cook. So the dude had on a hoodie, but once again, it's embedded in my head that. You gotta wear at least a collared shirt.
You was tall weird. You was like, he ain't ready. He ain't prepared for that.
But you know what it is? I think my take on it is more so. I don't think it's so much to show your professionalism, but your potential. Meaning, for example, right? Let's say you start out as a cook, but maybe you might be head chef one day, right? So you want to be able to present yourself like you are a professional, or that you will be able to.
You're able to let you see me at my top.
But see, my thing is, I think we got to change. Personally, I feel like we got to change the language.
Yes.
So, for example, right, when people be like, "Come dress professional," well, some people literally think professional means suit and tie, right? In my mind, what you should say, or I think what employers should say, is to please come polished. Because polished means that you're put together. Whether it means you're wearing a suit and tie, whether you're wearing a polo and slacks. You know what I'm saying? It's put together. You look presentable. You look serious about yourself, no matter what that.
That's what it's turning into more so nowadays.
Exactly.
I believe that's what it's more so turning into, where it's not necessarily where you have to wear a suit and tie. Because once again, our parents are the ones who used to tell us that we had to wear a tie.
But that was what the workforce looked like for them.
Exactly.
Right?
But niggas still, but back then they could have been working in a factory. They wore a tie to the interview, but the rest of the week they were
interview.
But the rest of the week they were in boots and dirty clothes.
Yeah.
So
but that's how the jobs were presented to them back then. Where like what Kenny's saying now is like there's a little more leniency, because again, like if you know you're gonna be a dishwasher, I don't need you to come in a suit and a tie. But I would at least like you to still look presentable, like you want a job.
No, very true. Because one of my mentors, shout out to Zane, he's also my boss at my other job. Me and him had this debate because I was explaining to him that the guy on the phone said come dress whatever, and I was like, yo, I really don't know what that means because I dress for the job I'm going, like, and I know for this.
What was the words that he used to tell you how to come dressed?
He said come dress suit and tie, and I'm like, and I asked him, not suit and tie, I said come wearing a tie, and I'm like,
that's usually what you would hear, though.
Yeah, but exactly. I'm thinking it's protocol. So I was like,
once again, if he tell you to do it, this guy that worked there tell you to do it.
But that's why I asked. I was like, so I could be nice, be smooth in the polo, because I'm like, I don't really dress for what I'm going for, just in case y'all want to pull something on spot. You know what I mean? Say training on spot or whatever. And he's like, yo, that's very smart. That's dope, but. You know what I mean? Just look nice. You can wear a polo, but if you wear a button up, it will work better for you.
Come presentable.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
so,
wearing a hoodie to an interview is crazy.
No,
I agree on that one.
Yeah.
No, they said that too.
That's the same conversation. Maybe you could pull off a sweatshirt.
If it's winter.
This is the thing, because I think people, again, this is my idea of like why you have to stay polished, right? Because you can even still, there's sweatpants and hoodies and shit that look professional or look like you can layer it a certain way. But if you just come in a regular Nike Tech to be like, oh, I'm here for the interview, it's kind of like, are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
Why not?
Because
bro,
okay,
like, come on.
So for example,
what if the job you're going for requires a uniform, and if I get that job on spot and I'm ready to start, my thing is with this uniform thing, I slightly agree with Jay. Probably 85%.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna dress for the job I'm going for, But how do you know that once you get the job that your uniform or whatever is gonna be lax like that, right? So what I'm saying is when it comes on agreeing with Jay is, if I get a job, I'm gonna speak of experience. If me know something, I go for your office, I have to speak of experience.
Good.
I remember when I had back in the day in high school, I had to go to as Jay said, you had to go. You were told to wear a tie to go interview.
You ready for it?
And shut up.
Go ahead, buddy.
And I was professional, and I had interview training. I had to make sure my resume wasn't too long. It was, they tell you your resume got to be a little scanned. And I was prepared for all of those steps.
suit and tie. I wore my graduation fit, and that was a suit and tie. I was ready.
Okay.
Basically, the job was at Staples.
Okay.
And I didn't get a job.
Why do you think that is?
I don't quite remember in detail what happened.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Is this the job you came in a hoodie for?
No, but
okay.
I'm gonna get to why I kind of defend wearing the hoodie.
Okay.
So I didn't get that Staples job.
Politics.
Yeah. You know, whatever reason, I still go to Staples. But I really wanted that job. I really wanted that job, man. For real, bro. So guess what?
I'll still get my paper from there.
Yeah. I need copies. I know where to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But it's like I was ready. I feel like I was super prepared. I was like, one of the main things that goes on with the tie situation is show up early.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure I showed up early. I was in the store lurking before my interview. You know, I was ready. But anyways,
the store sounds wild too.
Exactly what he said. He said it sounds like it. Just looking at
why you get the jobs. It's all you learn in the store.
So he's a creep. You don't want him here.
And I had this guy here.
I don't know. I feel like I was overdressed.
Okay.
To say the least.
Okay.
I feel like I was overdressed for that. And to kind of defend the hoodie situation, I feel like it goes on to what you're applying for. Because it's like,
you think if you had a hoodie on, you'd got that job?
What? Not the state. I
Okay,
don't know.
can I give you a perspective? Or just let me
I'm going ready to work. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm going ready to work.
I get what you're saying. And I agree. I feel like certain jobs, you may or may not need that certain type of presentation, right?
Yeah.
But I think what it is, it's not so much about the clothes, it's more so how you present yourself as a whole.
You selling
how
this,
you
that's
show
what
up,
interview
right?
is. You selling
Because the thing is, when you put on clothes, right? At least for me, as a person who's into fashion, right? Clothes represent who you are personality-wise, right? It's an extension of who you are. So if for example, if I don't know you, and if you happen to be a person that is smart, you are a good worker, you are intuitive, all the things, right? But if you show up looking like you don't give a fuck about the world, it's going to be challenging for someone to see past that initial layer. Because unfortunately,
first
impressions are important. And it's not always so much about clothes.
Your vision is the first thing that you use. That's the first sense that you use.
Imagine, especially for people that are client facing. So like if you work a front desk, right? Mm-hmm. It's important that you show up professional because you're the first person that niggas are gonna see. Mm-hmm. So you either look like you give a fuck about the job and where you work at, or you don't. And that is unfortunately or fortunately going to be the start of somebody's experience wherever you work at.
Then that's true.
Not to say that you can't turn it around or something, but the first impression is the one that they. That
and unfortunately, some niggas don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and
their first impression, they're gonna be locked in right there.
And what they said, like I said, I was very adamant when I spoke to my homie, like, yo, why is it like this, bro? And he went as far as say, even in sports, that don't have nothing to do with suits. Like football coaches, basketball, they say they just now started making like relax.
Yeah, it used to, bro. It used to be you had to wear, if you was at the game and you wasn't, when you went to the game, you had to wear a suit. That was literally the rules.
Players and coaches.
Yep, on your way into the game, when they was walking to the locker room,
they just now started wearing sweatsuits.
You had to wear suits. Yeah, I feel like probably about 4 or 5. Probably might have been about like 7, 8 years ago.
I'm glad I was born.
They started letting it be where there's like players can wear whatever they want. Yeah, that's when players started having their own. When you start knowing what certain players will wear. Yep.
Yeah.
They started getting stylists. So you're like, oh yeah, such and such will wear some shit like that.
Exactly.
But before that, it was everybody in a suit.
But I see your point though, Becky. Because I know, right?
Whoa.
I know. First off, don't do that. You give me another shot. But what I was gonna say is like I totally get what you mean because like working with teens, I present myself a certain way where it's like because I know I'm gonna be with teenagers, I don't want them to be turned off by me because I'm looking a certain way. Like if I look overly professional or like I'm better than them. So I come in a way where I'm polished and I look like myself, but I don't necessarily come off where I'm untouchable either. Mm-hmm. Right? So I'll still come in jeans and shit and like hang out with them, but maybe the way I put my clothes together is obviously more elevated than a 15-year-old who's gonna come in basically a sweatsuit and a Nike Tech every day. Right? But that's me being an extension of myself, being like, this is who I am as a person, this is my vibe, but also I'm a professional. So you find your own balance in whatever that looks like.
I do feel like in interviews you should look what we said presentable.
Yeah,
I feel like presentable. Presentable is very.
Yes.
And when I say presentable, I'm not even a collared shirt type of guy at all. It's a very occasions that I wear. Yeah. I only own a few collared shirts. If I'm being honest with you, yo, I got more graphic tees than anything. But I do feel like on an interview situation, you should wear a collared shirt. You go to golf courses and everything, you can't.
Oh yeah, golf course strict as hell.
You're not getting in there without a collared shirt on.
Nope, no
not
jeans,
at all.
no
jeans.
tank top.
I feel like that goes with the environment, because I feel like if you're in that field, you're gonna automatically be that person.
No, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it's also the institutions. Yeah. Like golf clubs, they're very strict about slacks, polos, no tank tops, no jeans, right? But it's a part of the environment and what they want people to experience. Like even though niggas are just playing for fun, they want you to almost feel like this is the PGA or some shit, right?
Every time you come out here.
Exactly.
But what you in the chat, they say, what about people that don't have the means to...
I'm glad you said that. Whoever, where the camera? I'm glad you said that. And it's kind
of a great segue. Real quick before we not to cut short, but great segue. Because what I was trying to get at, the reason why I'm trying to advocate for the youngins, I'm advocating for y'all. Because trust me, I believe in everything they say.
You had to put your mask on after you said
it. But listen, no.
For the YNs.
Yeah, for the YNs.
Literally. I'm representing.
I'm representing because it's like, yes, appearance it plays a great part and is very important, but I feel like knowing how to act, as you say, carry yourself and how to deliver yourself and how to show that you want that job is way more important than...
Absolutely.
You know, like, I don't want to say way more, but...
I feel like it's like a 60-40.
Okay. Because...
Would you agree with that?
A lot of people... Yeah. Because a lot of people don't know how to talk, man.
They don't.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or stop talking.
So
that wasn't a shot. That wasn't a shot at all.
Wait, so
that
the
wasn't
question
a shot,
in the chat asked was asking about the means.
It wasn't a shot.
I'm not
the question in the chat.
Yeah, you say what if they can't afford to get the attire
I don't think. So me personally, style does not come from money. Style is how you put things together. Creativity, right? There's a lot of ways that you can still be put together and polished, but you don't have to spend OD money, right? And that's sometimes people having to get out of their pride and be like, okay, if it's easier for me to go get a $5 button down at a Goodwill versus a $45 button down at JCPenney, you gonna iron it either way, right?
Regardless.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not about where you get it or how you get it, but it's about how you put it together. Because it's a lot of people that be pulling fits and you don't even know that they fit don't cost more than $30. You know what I'm saying?
Never know that.
And sometimes the best pieces, honestly, is to go get at the thrift stores. Go get the button downs, go get the blazers, all of that shit. Go get it at thrift stores because those are actually the people that are donating it from when they had fire quality in the fucking 80s and 90s versus this fast fashion shit that we're all drowned with. Go get you a real wool coat for $30.
Some shit, that
versus,
shit that fell apart.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not to me it's not about money. It's more so how you put it together.
That's what Zane had told me to kind of have me gave in and fuck shit up at the interview. Well, me and the other guy that interviewed, he was an OG and he was looking dope as he was clean. So we was looking at each other like, all right.
Yeah.
And that's what they told us. Like, if it was off looks, y'all would have got the shit. But we got into where how Zane convinced me. He was like, Jay, it's like, remember at a job, it's like a competition. If and especially if it's a job where you see any type of improvement or growth.
It's always competitive.
So he said if both of y'all was dope ass workers, everything matched up to the qualifications the job was looking for.
What's the type?
What they go for?
The type with the type.
Yeah.
What's the type? They go for?
Like me personally, I'm gonna go in a situation where I want people to know I can run this whole shit. Not that I think I'm better than anybody.
No, just at the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, I want this to be my company that when I'm coming here is that I'm your go-to.
Yeah, I'm the go-to.
And not only my go-to now, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months from now, I'm gonna be on it.
That's so crazy you say that. I feel like subconsciously that's how I work. And honestly, like that's just how I work. Like at the end of the day, like any question that you have or anybody that new come in have that might be higher up than me, they probably gonna ask me because I know that shit already.
Exactly.
I know that shit.
And you gotta be able to. Well, however you dress, you gotta be able to talk like how you dress too.
Definitely. I mean, you got
not. When I say that, when I say that,
to sell yourself.
When I say that, I don't mean like speak proper or whatever. I just mean like if you dress smooth, you gotta talk. Let them know.
But I gotta talk. I gotta advocate for my youngins because as the chat said earlier, the one you read, it's like, what if? All right. This is all I have in my wardrobe. I do Nike fits, ski mask.
Now that's literally all he got in his wardrobe.
Every day.
We went to a wedding and that's what he wore to the wedding.
And I get what you're saying.
Yes, you're excused.
Yeah, I do this.
That is
my character.
Okay.
And the baby's christening.
It's my character. That's
this
what she knows.
And this was in a church.
Okay, so here's
I'm not wearing this.
Here's what I'm gonna say then. I know exactly what you're about to say, Bucky. So here's what I'm gonna say. I believe if you're the type of person for you YNs out here, all right, if you feel most comfortable or most confident in things that are comfortable, right, you can find elevated pieces that are still comfortable. So for example, if you want to wear something up top where it feels like a hoodie, maybe you don't wear a hoodie per se, but you get a nice like crew neck sweater that is comfy, but you can still pull it together, right? They even make sweatsuits that you can dress up, or even where you can be a little more presentable, kind of like how how coaches have like slacks.
That's a fact,
right?
They definitely have those.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's things you might have to be willing to invest a little more, but if you know naturally you like sweatpants and hoodies, you just got to be able to put in the time and the investment to find elevated pieces that still give you the feeling that you want, and you can still be effortless, but you look pulled together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't. I don't
know, because I feel like there's wines out here that just dress like a wine, but they could deliver them. They know once they get in that environment, depending on the job they go for, once they go through them elevators or go up them elevators, they know, hey, I'm about to meet with a potential CEO.
I feel like at that point,
but this is the thing, you never know who you're meeting with.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to say, who's doing your interview?
You never know.
I'm just going. That's what I'm saying. You never know. You might
don't know who's doing your interview.
If you're willing to dress like this to go to an interview, you gotta know how to talk.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm trying. That's I'm
then
kind
again,
of piggybacking off the.
But if you know how to talk, then you also have awareness that maybe what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I'm advocating for the YNs.
I'm advocating for them too. I just don't want them going looking crazy.
I'm trying to give them some free lessons.
I don't want them to wear this.
Listen, here's my thing, right?
Me personally, I don't want them to wear this going into an interview, yo.
This is, right.
Do not wear this going to an interview.
Yeah, I don't advocate for that either.
I want you to know, live vibes is not.
Cool. I'm not saying wear a suit and tie either, but
I don't. But not this.
What you said? Come polished.
Come polished, yeah.
Don't wear this. This is not what you wear to an interview.
Be intentional about what you want.
I don't care if you washing dishes. I don't care if you cooking.
Since I'm representing
crack, maybe if you cooking crack, maybe you can wear this to an interview.
I'm not.
But
I'm not condoning this. I'm not condoning this either.
That's not. This is not what we wear in the interviews, yo.
You know I'm the. I'm.
Go ahead, advocate.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, for the record,
he wore that to his interview.
No, I haven't got turned down since after that Staple interview.
But why is that?
Because that's the last job that he went out to get.
That's the last job I dressed up for. For the YN. See,
word? So you be wearing this for the interview?
Huh?
You be wearing this for the
interview?
But okay, so then I'm gonna further your point there, Bucky.
I educated myself on my delivery and less on my
so
my
you
clothing.
gotta really be able to sell yourself then. Mm-hmm. If you're not the type where you want to invest physically, then fine, right?
Yeah.
But then whatever comes out your mouth gotta be triple what I expect. Personally,
yeah, because this is what I'm saying.
Because this is my thing, right? The young people that we have right now eventually are going to be our doctors, our lawyers, our teachers, all the essential shit that we need for society to carry on. And personally, I don't want I don't want to know that my doctor has a C average.
I don't want this nigga walk. I don't want my doctor to walk in looking like this.
I don't want my doctor to look like that, right? Not because I don't think my doctor is great, but I want my doctor to look like they give a fuck about being a doctor, right? If you did all these years and put in all this work,
for the record, I'm an honorable student.
To me personally, if I'm going through all the rigmarole to become a doctor, you damn straight I'm gonna wear the fucking white coat. You know what I'm saying?
I
like,
feel you, but
and I'm not. Everybody might not.
The white coat, yeah.
feel like,
but this is even then. If you want to wear a white coat with a hoodie, that's fine. But make sure your hoodie is elevated. I don't want to see no shit that you got out of rainbow, my nigga. I want to see that you actually.
If my doctor walk in with a
with a coat on,
with a black coat, I'm like, oh yeah,
but I don't want no regular shit. I need you to look like you.
with the fresh.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I don't have no beef with hoodies. I don't have no beef with tracks.
It
None of
kind
that
of sound
shit.
like that for a little bit, but I get what you're saying.
No, I don't have beef with none of that. But what I'm saying is, if that's your personality type, and if you are the type of person where you care about how you show up, then invest in pieces that reflect that you are an elevator or a mindful individual, but you're still yourself.
With a fire hoodie and some fire
like,
J's.
Check this,
some
right?
crazy
and
J's, and I was like, yo,
this is no shade,
1989.
Right? This is no shade when I say this, right? Imagine if your doctor comes in with like a regular like champion from like a Villa, right? Versus your doctor comes in with Essentials by Jerry Lorenzo.
Some fear God.
And I'm not saying that that's necessarily better.
So you go for
tonight.
Or if they're wearing a...
That's her.
No,
it don't matter to me.
Kenny, understand what I'm saying?
I know
I'm not saying literally. I'm not saying pure God per se.
No, that's the name of the bread. All
right, let me go even further.
If they wearing some,
let me go. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Trust me. Get what you're saying. Let me go even further. This is what I'm trying. Let me advocate even more for the youngins. All right. We chasing our dreams each day, right? Every day we chasing our dreams, right? All right. We might not have the perfect job, but we are looking for a job, right? I don't dress for an interview every day on a regular day.
No one does.
What if I'm walking and I meet somebody I'll be in Home Depot a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, dope place. Anyways, that's my spot. What? Say I'm in Home Depot, and I meet a lot. I'm gonna give y'all some gems. Go to Home Depot, you meet a lot of CEOs. You meet a lot of owners. You meet a lot of
people that own property.
Yes. Business owners also. And all types. Yeah. So Home Depot is like a Walmart. Right. So what I'm trying to say is, fast forward. I feel like I'm going to Home Depot. I'm not going to Home Depot with an interview attire, but I feel like I'm always
But you're not going to Home Depot for the interview.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, I feel like if random encounters, I feel like me being able to deliver how and what I want for a company that
You're saying the delivery and how you come across as far as your capabilities is more important.
It's more important than what I wear to that job. Yeah, because once I'm in that field, obviously I'm not gonna
speak fluent Bucky.
Yeah. Once I'm in that field,
right? That's crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. Cause once I'm in that field, I'm not gonna. I get what y'all saying. To go back to what y'all saying.
Yeah.
Once I'm in that field, I get what y'all saying. I'm not gonna be dressing like.
Yeah.
I'm you know what I'm saying? I went from
That's
what I'm trying to say.
Bucky got her lost.
I understand what Bucky's saying.
PJ saved y'all.
I understand exactly what Bucky's saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think, me personally, I feel like it's 50-50 and that
you
percentage
said 60-40, but
yeah,
damn.
Okay, yes. So really it's 60-40.
We talk about the interview,
what I'm saying is like, depending on the industry you're in, that 60 may be higher or it might be a 40 depending. So for example, right, like you might be in an industry where presentation does matter more than it might be the way that you communicate shit, versus vice versa, where you do work, if you're doing a lot of physical work, so if you're working on houses or if you're doing construction, stuff like that, right? No, I don't really care about what you're wearing, because I want to make sure that you get my house done, right? And you know what you're doing. Right. So that 60 might be more on communication versus appearance versus whatever.
That's a fact.
So it's you're not lying. I think you're totally right. I just think people have to understand that, like,
it is
whatever it is. Because my thing is, my mom always told me that, like, you never know who you're gonna meet, and you don't know what their role is. You can meet somebody that is in Home Depot that look like shit, but they the CEO.
right? You don't know that, but here's the thing.
Conversation's gonna
imagine how it feels for a CEO, right, who's probably just having a regular shit day, right, and they come and meet you, and you might be talking about opportunities or whatever was happening, but the way that you communicate, even the way that you look, they might be like, I'm gonna call you on Monday, right? Because your first impression with them is what's important. Yeah. Fuck everybody else and fuck the job later on, right? But sometimes first impressions do fucking matter, like. And we gotta be okay with that. You can present yourself however you want, but you gotta be aware that like first impressions do matter for people. It's the same thing when people be dating. If you see somebody off rip that's ugly, you're not gonna talk to them. If they're ugly to you, or if they are attractive to you, that is gonna be your deciding factor on how you choose to pursue.
Out of the senses that we have, the first sense that we utilize is our eyes.
Is our eyes.
That's the first thing that we use is our eyes. Yo. Out of every other
quick
sense,
gem. It depends on.
You will see somebody before you smell them. Hopefully,
not for me.
Not for females.
Y'all be smelling people before y'all see them?
I'm just
look, for me personally, it's with the eyes, but my thing is I'm always checking for teeth first.
Oh, always, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. You gotta make sure your teeth is looking good at least. You gotta have something.
You gotta have something.
Please have some teeth.
We can't wear a party at home.
Because she be in front of you the whole night.
Yeah. Okay, can I change topic? Can I ask a different question?
Real quick.
Okay.
I cut you off. Moving forward with that. On that note, Jay takes the longest week recap. Because that's still Jay's week.
Oh, damn.
No. We didn't get to me or you yet.
Yeah, you're right. Damn.
Yeah. Just saying.
He was waiting for that.
I was waiting for that.
He got a point.
No, you don't have a point. Because
W guessed though.
I wasn't the only one. No, I wasn't the only one talking.
Yeah,
my week ended and then y'all elaborated on it.
Because
you were the only one talking for 30 minutes, my nigga.
No, we were all involved.
Don't do that.
I was the last one. I was actually the last one to actually chime in on this conversation.
Lies.
I let all of y'all talk first.
Bucky,
all of y'all talk first.
Bucky, how was your week, yo?
Man, fuck this.
My week was good, actually.
How was your
week? Jay says, the season started back. Close y'all back windows because I'll be there. I'll be at y'all houses.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why you get the Staples job right there.
Yeah, it's not a Staples job.
Y'all know.
I love that.
Well, I'll be at y'all houses.
It's a necessity.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
You're an essential worker, right?
Yeah, very much.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, if you want to call it.
People in the chat, please have us on the chat, please and like the actual video, please and thank you.
Yeah. It was a good week. I ain't worked too much this week. I ain't do too much work. But I ain't pained up. I'm looking forward to sleeping. I ain't gonna lie. I actually didn't find out about you pulling up. Cause I've been wanting you to pull up for, as you said, the set. But I didn't know you was a guest until I think earlier today. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's gonna be a W show. But other than that, I got some stuff. You know, I got one thing I want to talk to you about, which I think is dope. You kind of mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
It's part of your week.
No, I'm just introducing my.
All right, then.
His ideas. Yeah. We'll get back to it.
Yo,
you remember what you was about to say, BJ?
Huh?
You remember what you was about to say?
I didn't cut you. I'm sorry.
Before
yes, I do, but I want Kenny to say his week.
My week was cool, man. My week was alright, man. I enjoyed my week, man. You know already. I'll be chilling most of the week, man. I don't work until today was my Monday. But last week, man. Speaking of the week, last Saturday, man, we was outside, man. We was outside for, man. We was.
Hey, yo.
Hold on. I don't even want to go to detail. We're not going to no detail about last Saturday, yo. What I will say is, though, shouts out to Javi. Shouts out to the whole team, man. Yo, California Brew House was going down, man.
It was packed.
It was packed as shit in there, man. So shouts out to them, man.
Yeah, it was packed.
I haven't been there in a while. That was my first time in years, I think, since like before COVID, I want to say.
What was happening over
It's a party.
It was a party.
That was the name of the party. It's a party.
You need to know.
Oh, okay.
It was Javi one was hosting it, man. Shouts out to Javi, man.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yo, that shit was going down, man. So shouts out to that whole team, man. We was there. I know you pulled up, man. I thought Bucky was gonna pull through.
I told him.
So I had permission to go.
Jay pulled up late. It was still going down.
Yeah, because I was coming from celebrating Serena's party.
Yeah, shouts out to her birthday and everything, man.
Shouts out to her, but I ain't gonna lie.
Shouts out to my homie BBLGG, wherever you at, yo.
Gang.
Yo. One of the most interesting people I ever met, yo.
Facts, 2025 tops.
Yo, that ass, yo, she wins. She got it so far, yo. I want to write her. Listen, I want to write her autobiography. Listen, when I tell you, every time I tell the story about her, Somebody will
What's she like? What's
They'll
she
be like, yo,
We gotta
you
take
talking
it
about
off here.
Interest there. That's what.
We'll tell you. Remind us.
Okay.
They'll be like, yo, oh, you talking about BBL Gigi? Son, everybody knows her, son.
Most every guy.
I don't.
And female. I'm gonna tell you about it later. I just got some new stories today.
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
We
now.
are lucky.
Remind you, just keep that in mind.
Okay.
You need to tell the story.
BBL
Listen.
I don't even know her. I'm singing the song.
And she introduced herself as that. He introduced her first, and then she came through. Was like, you know, my name is BBL. I said, oh, that's really your name.
Okay.
And then when I say it to other people, they be like, oh, you talk about BBL Gigi. I said, oh, this is really her.
That's
name.
funny.
Shouts out to her.
I love that she claim it. You know.
No,
Yo.
she owns it.
Yo.
I'm telling you.
PJ, remind me, all right?
Okay.
The tales of her are amazing.
She should pop in. I'm pretty sure she's gonna pop in on one of these
please.
episodes.
Oh my God,
Okay.
that would make my year.
She said when she hit me back, she's gonna let
If
me
you
know.
see this on your For You, I heard about you.
Listen,
Baby,
I want to write your autobiography. Let me honestly.
All right.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Yo.
I just wanna be her cameraman. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, relax.
Moving forward, that was a week.
Yeah,
recap.
yeah, that was the week recap.
Shouts
man.
out to the chat, man. We here,
Yeah,
man.
fully
Hey yo, now speaking of the week,
No, people, come outside of the chat and like the
Oh, yeah,
video,
yeah, that
please.
video.
Like the actual video, please.
Yeah.
And share it to somebody.
yo, what do you mean?
We got
What's the
special guests now. We
real
got
New Year?
guests,
What's the real? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, can you explain that?
That's what she was gonna ask?
No, but please explain it because I'm curious about it as well.
What do you mean the actual New Year? The real
Because
the real
remember
New Year.
saying when if you go by how the weather pattern is,
Yes,
which
I
is
did
nature's,
learn
which is
this.
nature's, and it repeats itself the same every year. Everything is dead up until the first of spring, and naturally that's how it was before the Catholic came in the 18th century.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is so today's
I
the
think
first
it's
day
the
of spring.
Georgian calendar, right?
The
Gregorian, yes.
Gregorian, yeah.
So,
all right, so this is the first day of spring,
which
supposed
is a natural New Year, the
and
origin
this
of
the
the New
actual,
Year.
that makes sense. That does
So
make
that's
sense.
how everything starts growing
I
again.
have no argument
And they
against
were
that.
saying too, if you go by the rhythm, then technically we would have 13 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once it goes back,
Yeah. So then, if we were to do it by the natural rhythm, it would
Whereas-
technically still be 2017.
Yeah. And if which is no, that's not the same as
Crazy, right?
Ethiopia, is it? No.
Well, your eyes
It's probably the
red.
same as Ethiopia.
You need
And-
some Visine.
Hmm?
You need a little Visine. They just cherry red over there, your eyes.
Color of his hat.
Yeah, for real. I even put you on the spot. I was concerned.
No, I'm a good man. But
Okay.
as I said, the same for the New Year's shit, bro. So
Okay.
We
Yeah.
remember
Nah, thank you for that. I appreciate
and
it.
I think that
also-
makes sense. We should go back to that.
for the
That does make
13
sense.
for the 13 months, if every month was supposed to actually be 4 weeks, if you take off all the extra days and put every month for exact 4 weeks, it would make up back for the
Actually,
extra
do you
month.
know the backstory about the months? So, for example, there was a point in time where all the months did have equal days, but what happened is, so like way back, Julius Caesar wanted his own month, so that's how we got
and
July.
Octavia.
Augustus somebody
Yep.
wanted his own
September.
month, which is why we have August.
Okay.
But if you go by like October, November, it's technically out of order because Novem is 9, October, Octo 8, right? December should be 10, but 10 is October, right?
Yeah.
So what they did was they created months and then they stole a couple days out of February so that way they can have full months, and that's why February is short, 20, and it has 28 days.
History class starts on today.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Random facts.
What's February is for? Fact.
Huh?
All right.
What?
What'd you say?
No, please. Just move forward, please. Just
Okay.
keep the rhythm, guys.
Okay. So actually, I have a different question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Do y'all have any new obsessions?
New obsessions?
Yeah, like things that you've been really into as of late. New like interests or like things that you've been like, I don't know, just really into. Like a new obsession.
Legos. I ain't gonna lie to you. Legos been heavy. My son
I
started.
love that.
My son started using Legos, and it got me back into my younger days. I've been out here copping Legos, like low key been copping Legos.
Legos are lit. When you know how to build with them shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Low key been buying the fuck out of Legos. Spent way too much money on Legos this past 2025. Spent already.
Yeah. But the project that they be making, crazy.
Yeah.
Like
It
the
is
rockets and
my
the flowers.
My setup is crazy right now, yo.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You got
that
the
was
space for it too.
Yeah, right.
So-
I'll show you pictures of my shit. My shit crazy.
Yeah.
Dope question. So for me, it will be
using your left hand.
Jamaican toys. I remember that.
Can you define?
Lately, you've been using those a lot.
Jamaican toys.
I say you. That's,
what do you mean,
like?
like?
She asked what.
No, she said. She said. Repeat your question. I'm sorry.
I said, what's been your latest obsession?
Latest.
Meaning, like.
Do I have to currently do it?
No,
no, just what you've been into lately, or something new that you really like.
Lately, yes.
Yeah.
That's the current time.
Yes.
All right.
It could be in the last week, the last month, whatever.
Let me take that back. I was good. I mean, it would still be a good answer, but you know me.
Jamaican tools you've been using last month?
That's something, G. So for me, it will be tools. I've been heavy in trying to get and learning tools, like different hand tools and stuff in the past few weeks.
Okay.
Is there like you want like a new toolbox? Or just like you just looking at new shit to...
I've been trying to figure out...
Men love tools.
Yeah, but I've been trying to figure out...
I ain't gonna lie.
You only said that because you said my toolbox earlier.
I'm trying to figure out what side who's gonna be my op, basically.
What?
Huh?
I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be my op.
By buying tools?
My bro is a Ryobi fan.
Okay.
And I don't know. He just trying to convince me today.
What's your normal brand?
I'm over the yellow side. And I also got friends with the red side.
Okay.
But
so you're kind of like in between.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. So
you're not locked in on the Ryobi
I'm not locked in on a yeah.
Okay.
So, that my past week
Type
I've
in
been
the
really
chat,
obsessed.
shut up,
Please. I've been really into like learning the difference between all these different factions.
I like it.
All these different tools. And
that's cool.
It's been dope, and I'm looking forward to investing.
That's cool. Germs.
Oh, my new obsession been this guy on YouTube. This channel called.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that!
I deserve it.
Go next time. Go next time.
I say, hold up.
First of all, you're not is this like pause moments on smacking each other? Oh my god,
that was wild.
One for BJ, that's too fun.
Yo, that was a wild one, bro. Yo, that was crazy.
All right,
so there's this new guy that
this
channel. It's a new
channel.
Live
okay.
Channel. There we go. New channel.
It's called the Outdoor Boys.
Okay.
And it's this white guy and his family. He always builds like cabin out in the forest, snow no matter. He takes his family. His youngest kid is like 3 years old. He's out here with him, building everything from scratch.
Is he the type that he also make meals in the wilderness?
Yes.
You know, they got that one knife that they just use with everything.
Oh, that's him?
He's one of them. He's one of them. But
okay.
Yeah, he's dope. And just his out view on life and shit. Like, and he doesn't even... His YouTube channel is one of the biggest YouTube channels out. And he don't do no type of like... brand, like... Branch or nothing. He don't sell no products. He just probably...
He just showing being in the wilderness.
Just being natural with his family and just probably collect what he gets from YouTube and...
Yeah.
Buys his land out and just do shit with his family. And just...
What's his channel called again?
The Outdoor Boys. And he did a trip with his family. The longest trip, I think, on this side of the world, where he traveled from Florida all the way up to Alaska.
Wow.
Or like a road trip with him and his family. Like,
how do you do a road trip to Alaska?
Drive from Florida?
Yeah, drive.
To Alaska?
Rental, though. You do rental and then like do ferries.
Yeah, but where? Because Alaska's...
Yeah.
Right, but Alaska's an island, right?
What?
It's connected to Canada.
Alaska is not an island.
Alaska is kind of like an island. It kind of sits out in the ocean.
Ain't Alaska American?
It's like...
I think it's
like how
connected
Hawaii
to Canada,
is.
no?
Like, it's a state, but...
American?
It's a part of America, but like I'm curious, like because to get to Alaska, most people you have to take a boat.
Yeah, you gotta
because it's an island.
My grandma's going to Alaska cruise in August, actually.
Yeah,
Alaska an island.
Alaska's at the top of closer to Antarctica. It's closer to the top of Canada.
Is it connected to Canada?
Yes, it is.
Right.
So there's a bridge, so you can drive to Alaska.
It's a long drive, but you can.
You drive through Canada.
That's what I was saying, because I know
Canada is huge, but it has a lot of uninhabited area too.
A lot of forestry.
A lot of area where Canada, a lot of northern Canada, there's nobody at.
Right.
And then a part of that northern Canada is Alaska, that's off to the side.
Oh, okay.
So So that's what. Anyway,
yeah, I'm going on a cruise to Alaska. They're actually leaving out of California somewhere.
Yeah.
Some port of California, and they're sailing up there on a cruise.
Right.
People say Alaska is beautiful as
I heard
hell.
it's beautiful.
Everybody said they say that it's beautiful.
The only thing I'm because I want to go there, but the only thing I'm curious about is the night part because they don't really get
about that.
30 days a night. They get like they actually get a check for that shit too. If you're a citizen of Alaska, you get a check.
Yeah, because they don't have the same sun and moon rhythm like we have. Like most of the time it's pure sun, so they gotta get like blackout curtains
and then sometimes where it's just straight night.
Yeah, that is odd.
Different.
Straight night, yeah.
I don't know about that.
So what was yours? What was your?
My shit has been matcha.
Yo, you a matcha nigga?
I'm a matcha nigga.
You a matcha nigga? I'm a matcha ain't now.
I'm a matcha nigga.
You niggas gotta chill. You niggas say y'all niggas too hyped up.
Coffee niggas is doing too much.
Yeah, you caffeine
Chill
niggas.
out, have a matcha.
Have a matcha.
But specifically, I'm into strawberry matchas.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the thing is with matcha, the first time I tried it, I didn't like it.
What language is this?
Right.
Excuse me?
What language are you guys speaking?
Matcha, it's a type of drink. It's a type of tea drink. So basically, you ever see people have these green powders and they kind of like sift them and stir them and
you ever seen a green drink?
Yeah.
A green drink.
It's basically like listen. It's like green tea. It's basically green tea, but it's concentrated. So instead of you steeping it through a bag, they essentially grind it up into a powder, and you mix it up and you make the drink in that way.
Is it cold?
You can have it hot or cold. Mm-hmm.
You ever have a latte before?
No.
Yeah, it was that drink. It was what I was drinking earlier, Germs. That when I had my Starbucks earlier. That was what I was drinking.
Strawberry one, I'm about to try that.
It's fire.
Tomorrow.
So okay,
What?
so because the thing is, you know how like
Tomorrow.
the first time I tried matcha, I didn't like it because that shit tastes like grass.
Yes.
Like
grass is
but
crazy.
the strawberry, what it does is like it kind of balances the earthiness of the matcha. So it kind of adds sweetness and tartness.
Okay.
But what I like to do is I'll get the matcha with strawberry cold foam, and I ask them to put strawberry puree in the cup. So as you're drinking it, as you're stirring it, you're getting less grass and more of like a balanced kind of latte.
Say that.
Yeah. I fuck with it. But if you like more savory, or not, because the strawberry is sweet. So if you want to try something different, try with pistachio cream.
No, I like it with the straw. I want the sweet one. That's good. That sounds good.
You could do it with that. Or my friend, she put me onto pistachio cold foam. That shit's fire. It tastes like if you like pistachio ice cream. It tastes like that. But yeah, matcha's been my shit lately.
Shout out to the matcha lovers. Is that an actual fruit like coffee
matcha?
or like a bean or something?
No, it's concentrated green tea. So it's a powder. So it's a powder. Yeah. And then what you do is some people prep it a certain like ceremonial way, because like in
that sounds complicated. That's what I'm saying. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's basically like, imagine you having like normal like green tea, but you maybe have it with milk.
That's been a while. That's been a minute. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, it's basically like green tea with milk.
What it is. Yep.
But it just looks really green because the tea has been concentrated to be a powder.
Okay. I may have to smell it.
I like that.
And see it first.
Yeah.
It's good.
Since we talk.
Yeah, I'm about to cut me off real quick because I asked for. Yeah, we got a W guest, man. What you want to talk about? Something important?
What's good, Jay? What's up, man?
Because it's about that time. I got a curfew.
We didn't even talk about that.
You got a curfew, Bookie?
Yeah, I got curfew. And this is W. I didn't see. I don't got a jingle. I don't got a key on me, so yeah, I got.
I understand.
My rider's probably outside. But I've been one. You know, you've been here before. You know your family. But the last time, I feel like you tapped into this the last time. Since the last time we spoke, or I saw you. You kind of spoke on it a little bit, but I saw you tap into music reviews. How's that been, and how did you get into that in terms of W? By the way, I've been in.
Thank you. Okay, so I actually got into music reviews because at the time I wasn't working.
Okay.
So I was kind of like going through different ideas and blah blah blah, but I was kind of feeling you know how like when you're trying to make content, but you kind of feel like everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But you're trying to figure out how to, you know. So really, it came to me very randomly because one day I was just kind of like on social media, and I was peeping how a lot of men do music reviews. Whether they do, you know, like you ever come across pages where they do their ratings and their rankings, and or it's usually men that are heavy in the conversations, even about like rap and whatever.
Yeah,
and I was
in that space.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, half the time it's not just men. There's a lot of women that feed the industry. Okay. Right, like that actually are the ones that are putting money into the industry, the music industry, right? But also, I'm like, men aren't the only people that listen to music. But why is it? True. But why is men's opinions the one that are held highest, even when half the time niggas be dead wrong?
Niggas be just right.
Just chat, right? Yeah. So I literally just sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just get my take very randomly because I was like, not even that I was fed up with noise per se, but I'm like, I'm hearing everybody else talk, but I ain't hear not one lady who actually care about music or that's into music share their piece. So that I just shared a video one day. And it just kind of just kept going from there. So, and it's been fun. I haven't done it in a while because, like I said, my new job that I'm doing, it takes so much time and effort. But
what's your favorite genre of music?
Ooh, I have a lot because I'm quite vast. So like I love by default like hip hop, reggae, but I also really love randomly like bossa nova music.
Okay.
So bossa nova music is like that type of like Brazilian like it sounds like Brazilian like vacation funk. Like another music genre that I love is I actually love alternative shit.
Really? Who's your favorite? One of your favorites?
Tame Impala.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right.
Tame Impala, Flying Lotus.
Damn.
Who else? Toto y Moi. You ever heard of Toto y Moi?
That's more new age, ain't it?
But he's fire, bro.
Okay.
I'll put you on.
That's way more. I'm about to say I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, even when Cudi was alternative. Okay. Cudi wasn't initially considered hip hop early in the days. He was considered alt, right? So like shit like that. But I love a little bit of everything. I'm not gonna lie. Like I tap into all shit. Cause my thing is with music is I'm not the type of listener that I have to be engaged because it's a specific genre. I'm more engaged based on how it makes me feel.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? It could be some fucking polka shit, but if I like it, I fuck with it.
I fucks with country. It's country music I really fuck with. Yo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different music. Yo, you know how I put on
I'm not a country girl, but I get it though.
Yeah. Some black dudes.
Shabuzi?
Nah. I'm not talking no commercial country music.
Oh,
I'm talking about real country music. I'll be
you
on
your
my
country
shit.
shit?
Yeah,
I
I'll
love
be
that.
on my shit. Yo, these dudes 24/7, yo. They some country dudes, man. They hunt. They do different YouTube videos, but they got some music, and their music is fire, yo. 20, so it's 20, the number 20, and then it's 4 FOR or FOUR, and then it's -7. Yo, look them up, man. They got some shit, yo. They got some shit for real, yo. I was like, damn,
that's fire. You know what I also really love too? Now that I was thinking about it, is house. Love house music.
Really?
House jazz, dance house. I love all that shit. Like, yeah. So the music reviews really just came organically because I was just feeling like there was a void that I just wasn't. It just wasn't happening, or at least I wasn't seeing it. So it's funny because me and Jeremy was just talking about that earlier. That I was saying like, if I want to be an adult and invest my money into, you know, being an adult, taking care of bills, taking care of the house, or if I wanted to put that money into getting a proper camera to start getting back into the rhythm of doing content. So yeah.
I mean, but being a real adult is taking risks.
That's
to elevate, to make your bills less. Gambling, you know? Mm-hmm. Real, you gotta gamble, man.
Yeah. So I'm glad that y'all like it. It was very, it felt weird at first doing it, because it felt ironically very, and it's also ironically niche. Yeah. Like people love music, but they don't necessarily love hip hop.
That's a fact.
Because hip hop is a culture. It goes beyond music and songs. It's all of it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's niche in essence of there's not the market of women who are considered commentators and cultural advocates in that way is very slim compared to the amount of men, black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican.
Dude, that's just like, shouts out to the women that's coming up in the sports commentator world, man. That's becoming way more of a prevalent thing. Yeah, I love that, yo.
Exactly. So that was kind of my mindset where I was like, how do I, not even so much how do I tap into the market, but more so be like, get people to understand that like women's ideas and perspective and opinions on music and on music and culture are just as valuable as men's opinions, right? Like Angie Martinez is just as important as Charlamagne.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was really my thing on that, and it was just fun. And I just kept doing it, and I liked that people were engaged or like was on the shit that I was on. Yeah, that's what's up. Basically,
I was into that. I was into that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, not only you fan, but it's when it comes on to that type of content, you kind of went a little, pause deep with it a while ago in terms of how you go about it. But for me, in the space right now, like when it comes on to reactions and stuff, a lot of people, and especially for me, I not only listen to music with them. But when I'm listening to music or say a new music comes, like a new one of my artists and drop a new music, I like to listen not only by myself, but I would love to hear your take on it. Yeah. Before I even get to my friends. I would like to hear a stranger's take on how, especially a foreigner's take.
Especially a woman.
As she said,
I would love to hear a woman. So, a woman that's interested in the same things that's interested in you, it's a draw to automatically. Especially a good looking woman. Like, I'm about to see what she got to say. Yeah. So that's fire. That's great.
So with that, I thought that was dope because I said I love other people's intake, and I know a lot of people, not only with music, a lot of people right now is watching other people playing games. Streaming is a big thing. Watching people on live stream. Shout out to the chat.
Speaking of a woman's input on everything, I got a question about how you feel about did you hear about Anthony Edwards, the basketball player Anthony Edwards?
Yep.
How he paid up his child support up front.
I have an unpopular take, I think.
So background for everybody before background for it before we go any further into it. Anthony Edwards, the basketball player, paid his baby mom basically $1.8 million. I think it's about $1.8 million for child support for 18 years.
Okay.
He didn't want the baby to begin with. He gave her $100,000 to abort the baby.
It only cost $5.
I'm not sure on the price of abortions.
Allegedly, right? Reports say.
Yeah. Right. So
this is the yellow book.
So he gave her $100,000 to abort the baby originally, and she did not choose to do that.
Okay.
So now he gave her $1.8 million, as he said the baby, he wants nothing with the child to have nothing to do with him, and that's it. Which is wild, I feel like, in this day and age, because we live in a time where no matter what happens with that child, they will know because via the internet that Anthony Edwards is their father.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear
you worried about that.
Your takes on this.
Okay. Well, I want to hear y'all's before I share mine.
Ladies before gentlemen.
No, she got she say unpopular there. So let me just chime in real quick because I'm gonna have to clock out.
You been saying that for the past 20 minutes.
So
engine man.
I feel like on his behalf, I understand. I didn't know that extra backstory about allegedly paying off for abortion.
Yeah, he didn't want nothing to do with his child to begin with.
He basically paid off the full 18 years.
Yeah.
W.
Really?
W.
Why do you say this?
He don't got to do with that stress.
Okay.
He don't got to do with that. Obviously, he ain't planning on being around her. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be in a child's life.
No, that's exactly what that means.
He bought out completely.
That's literally what that means.
Yes, but watch out now. Me feel like say him doing that, it kind of have to do with, cause as Ona saying because it's in the media, that child is always gonna know that that's your dad in this situation.
So he regardless, he got an advantage.
Yeah.
He said.
So you saying W for the baby?
Huh?
You saying it's a W for the baby?
If the mom's smart.
No, I'm saying W for him, the dad.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying obviously, so in terms of the kid right now, obviously he's gonna be set because the dad, you know what I'm saying, he paid for 18 years. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he has to go through that because the parents are going like he ain't put himself here. You know what I'm saying? It's something. You know that's a. He can't. Let me give him a 9 out of 10 or 8.5 because he's slightly a bump for not taking care. You married something, and you got bird nigga take care of your kid.
He did.
But that's what I'm saying in terms of you having to like taking the kid yourself.
But they said
you know what I'm saying? For not wanting nothing to do with the kid, that loses 2 points. But what I'm saying in terms of kids being taken care of, he obviously paid up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure financially, yeah. But that's not all it is. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the W, you got to deal with all the bullshit that we all know would come with if he didn't. Or if he just be like, all right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he like, you know what? Y'all ain't gonna call me. I've been told y'all ain't got nothing to do with this. Hence what you say, he tried to pay for an abortion allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Well, how much? Well,
it don't even matter.
Yeah.
But
he knows the number. Yeah. But he said he don't want nothing to do with it. And apparently that didn't go through. So obviously somewhat she ain't with, you know what I'm saying? She ain't with it. She playing ball. So he like, you know what? I'm gonna play my part. Who's to tell 18 years down the line, 18-year-old Jacob don't want to meet his dad. That nigga might want to meet his kid.
He paid for it not to happen, yo.
I mean,
now, once again, I feel like
that's my take.
Okay.
It's I do feel like it's wild. It's wild. Like at the end of the day, it's always gonna be in the makings that Anthony Edwards is this dude's father. Like Drake tried to hide a baby from us, and look what happened. So
no, he didn't. He tried to hide the word from his baby.
Yeah.
Tick tick tick.
So I mean, like it's things like that that let you know, like it's always gonna stick with this child. It's always gonna stick with this person, because this is still a person. Now, on the other, also with it is at the end of the day, bro, you have unprotected sex, you gonna have a baby. It's possibility that you might have a child.
Yeah, and that's how I'm saying he lose that 2 points.
And so once you commit to that point,
you know what comes with it.
It's not. It's you didn't sacrifice. You've not sacrificed, but you've submitted yourself to this, to whatever can happen.
It's a sacrifice.
Whatever can happen. True. So if it's a baby that comes out of this, then this is what happens, bro. This is what happens, yo. So, but I also feel like as a man, I can't speak for him, but as a man myself with conscience, even if I had that type of money to where I could pay that shit off, I can't see myself being like living life and being like, damn, I got a son out here that I ain't even fucking with.
I feel you, but
a son or a daughter that I ain't even.
Yeah.
But that's me myself though.
Hey, but
I was speaking on a situation.
But is he the only one? And some niggas don't even pay and don't give a fuck.
I can't speak for another man. I can only speak for myself.
Oh yeah, but
that's why I can't say nothing about it, because I can only speak in my own behalf with that. In that type of situation, when there's a child involved, I can only speak on my behalf.
Yeah, but
I'm curious to hear people's opinions in the chat too.
Yeah, chat. What y'all got? How y'all feel about it?
But here's where I stand. Like I said, that's been like taboo for our culture. But obviously, because he's an athlete, it's gonna be more highlighted and shit. But like Bucky said, the W for him is where without the media and without him being famous, if he was just a nigga with money, the W for him, he paid off all the
financially
backlash.
He set.
No, financially and
he set it off.
Emotionally too, because he paid off all the stress that going to court and all that shit.
All that shit.
So it's up to him if whenever he wants to. He could have. Maybe he don't want to deal with the whole schooling shit process. Maybe at the end of this, he could be like, "We could talk as men now, and let's go from here," or whatever the case might be. But even
this is why I didn't.
Yeah, because obviously, like you said, knowing the status of the guy now, the kid's gonna probably want to reach out eventually. But it's dependent on what type of things the mom put to him and what the dad said and what the kid grew up knowing.
I don't condone a father not being in the child's life.
Me either. If you ever. That's my biggest pet peeve.
But some of it is circumstantial.
Damn, niggas.
I agree. It is circumstantial, but I do believe that a child needs to experience.
You have to pay baby moms.
A child needs to experience some of each parent.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about that, bro. Niggas, yo, if you don't breed them girl, it don't matter what you do, brother. If work 5 of them job the brother, go wash the dirty plate them. Make sure you there your foot, brother. You see me I say make sure you there your foot. But she have to come, no come hide me. Me I tell you some real thing as a girl did. The whole I don't know a lock out here. I'm gonna make me see CPS I pull up on a whole heap pound. I'm gonna like that. Oh. What do need as a man? That's how me tell my friend them don't run it down, you know. But it's a blessing. But also is a lesson.
But you know what they say? Experience beat wisdom, no?
That's not true.
Or teach wisdom.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So as a girl then,
the
mask over your mouth for a reason.
We're moving forward.
So,
shout out to the
right outside.
W guest.
Wait, before we cut, we have a question for you. You know what is a charcuterie?
Wait, but I didn't get
what kind of question is that?
I didn't get to give my opinion.
I'm so sorry.
So, my opinion, I feel like is an unpopular take, but my reasonings are different. So, I feel in between, because I agree with Kenny that I feel like children should be able to experience both parents, good or bad, right? However,
good or bad?
Yes, hold on. I have the howevers. I think however being, if you have a parent who is unstable, whether it be financially, mentally, emotionally, if they deal with substance abuse, stuff like that, right? There needs to be specific engagements with those parents, right? Like, you're not going to send your child off to their mother or father who clearly has an addiction problem to leave them just there because you should be with your dad or you should be with your mom, right? Like, no, there needs to be appropriate parameters set in place. Okay. Now, as far as Anthony paying off his child support, I think part of me likes that, but the reason I like that is because I would assume as the mother, I would rather explain to my child that your father chose to be absent, and there's that, versus having to explain an inconsistent parent, right? If it's in the same thing, it's like if God forbid, but like if he died, right? Like you have no much room other to say like, I'm sorry your dad wasn't around because he passed away. That's that.
That's
right?
it. Hands
Whereas
washed.
if you're hearing from your kid, like, listen, your dad was just not at a place where he wanted or was willing to be a parent, but you are still good. We are still good as a family. He made sure that we were good, at least as far as how I could maintain to take care of you. That's all we need, right? It does not change the emotions that child is going to feel as far as abandonment or, feelings about him being a celebrity professional athlete, seeing him in the news. It's not going to change all of that. But for me, I would rather have a parent choose to be totally absent than be inconsistent in my life.
That's valid as hell.
Which is why I respect him being like, you know what? This is not a situation I wanted. I told you that I didn't want this. Right. But what I will do is make sure that child is set, at least from my end, financially, what I'm obligated to do, they're set for life.
And legally.
If you're okay with me not being in the picture in any capacity, as long as I make sure that he's financially good,
that's good.
Cool.
We good.
That's not to say it makes it right, but me personally, I'm like, as long as he did what is obligated, which is to make sure that child is set for life, whether you're in the picture or not, that's more important to me than having a parent who's not only a public figure, but also an inconsistent public figure. That's doubling, tripling down on trauma.
You're a deadbeat celebrity.
You're a deadbeat celebrity dad.
Yeah.
Right? So,
oh my God.
For me, even though it's not necessarily the most ideal situation, I would rather take that and be like, all right, I have everything that I would possibly need because this is not a person who wants to be in my life nor than my child's life, but at least they made sure that financially I can take care of this child and be well. Cool. And I will raise this child. However, there are situations that I feel like people do that, but then when they see the child is well off, then they want to come back around.
Then they want to come back.
And that is where I would be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
He getting nice in basketball and
now
you want to come
around and be dad. No. But you don't get to have that because you opted out of that. You literally paid to be out of that, right?
Literally.
So you're not entitled. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
So you're not now entitled to my son or my child's success in any capacity because you chose to opt out as soon as they could fucking breathe. If the child eventually on their own wants to go and find that relationship or find the reasonings why, let him do that or let her do that on their own time. But me as the mother, I'm not going to facilitate that.
I'm out of this.
I'm out of it, right?
So is there a price on buying back in?
I don't think you should have bought out. But again, to a price, I don't think you could put prices on relationships. That has to be. I think that's something that they both, as the parent and the child, have to be willing to do together.
Yeah, the child gotta definitely be in on that. The parent might have a price.
It wouldn't be a buyback in. It would be the child, as she said, the child's choice.
The parent might have a price, but the child might not. The child might be like, "Nah, fuck you."
Right, and the child might want nothing to do with you. They might just be like, "I just want to know what happened."
Yeah, that's it.
And once you get the validation of that, they be like, "All right, I just wanted to make sure I touch base. I saw the person that is a part of who I am.
Right.
Whether you're connected emotionally or not, at least I can say I have had eyes, I have had physical connection with my father at one point in time. Right. If that's all the closure that they need, cool. Because that's what they need. I don't think the parent can be the one to be like, well, I want to have a relationship.
That's real
now.
life.
Like, he can't be like, all right, I know I paid off the child support, but I want to be in your life again.
You had that closure?
Sure, but that's not up to you now, right? That will be really up to the child.
You had that closure?
She gonna keep asking.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel in between, but like I said, it's more so like I just feel like if you choose to do that, that's fine, you don't get to control the aftermath.
Yeah, once you out, you out. That's
once you out, you out. That's it.
I don't think it's a buying that Jay said.
I feel like if we buy it,
I would feel the same even if it was
it's a buyback.
No, I was just gonna say I would feel the same way even if it was somebody's mother. I would feel totally the same way.
You do feel like there's a buyback in.
Yeah, that's all you feel. I don't think so.
Why? What would that look
for
like?
the child and the mother, or just the mother?
Because I feel like, in a sense, if he could.
He's a cold nigga, yo.
No,
that's
but
what
this is
go ahead.
This my meds though. It's like she took the money. Because if he cold-hearted enough to be like, I don't want.
But she was gonna have the money regardless, whether he paid it in installments or had the whole shit.
Yeah, but
she gonna get it.
But regardless, the whole fact he did it in a whole lump sum. She took it. Even if that, like you said, I'm going off what you said. Not at all. Type of shit. Either you're gonna be present somehow or not at all. The money don't count. Type of shit.
Okay.
So if you're going from that, and you accept the money. Conversation is either double it or what the kid want.
But that's what we saying. Like, if the mother might accept the money, but the kid might be like, nah, fuck that.
If the mother accepts the money, the kid more than likely will.
Bro, if the kid is 17,
no, not necessarily.
That's not how it works, bro.
Not necessarily.
Bro, if you was 14 or 15 years old, son, and your dad, like, yo, I'm trying to buy back into your life because you popping in basketball right now.
No,
you're
like, hell yeah, Dad.
You're like, hell yeah, Dad, come on.
No, because
you a teenage boy with your
and this is the thing too.
The only
if that's the case, the only reason why he's choosing to be a part of your life is because he's trying to take piece of your success. He's not trying to invest in you. It's almost like Shark Tank. Niggas are trying to capitalize off of what you've already successfully done. They're not trying to invest in you to necessarily always build you up from the ground up.
And I say 15, 16 because you're old enough to know where you was going on.
And those are the pivotal years.
I feel like.
But still though, like regardless,
I feel like
want to be around his dad because his dad been there and done that.
Oh yeah, but all of that.
But you wouldn't if you didn't grow up with your dad.
Regardless of all of this shit, that baby said. Regardless, because even after the storyline is gonna be eaten up, regardless. As soon as the baby can talk, how do you feel about?
Of course, the storyline gonna get crazy.
The baby gonna be.
He gonna have questions.
So, his buying out is gonna set the road for either or.
Bro, I'm broke as a bitch.
No,
I grew up without my father.
Gonna do that.
At 15, 16, it was fuck my dad, yo. Whatever he had to say, it was fuck you, yo.
Yeah.
It's fuck you because I'm a At 15, 16 years old, you're really starting to become a man. You're a young man. Mm-hmm. So you start to become a man. So you have your own testosterone build. You in your mind, you like, man, fuck anybody who's not with me. Mm-hmm. That's how every 15, 16-year-old boy is thinking.
And then imagine if you knew that your dad paid his way to not fuck with you at all.
Fuck you.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, what you mean?
At 16 and I learned that?
Once I'm 18, 19, and I done dealt with women. Yeah. I done dealt with my mother long enough. I done dealt with things where I'm like, you know what? Maybe he got a point with this. Right. That's a different time. But at 15, 16,
it has to be the child's choice.
You like.
That's like the prime essential of the building blocks of who you are.
You're not fucking with that, yo. You're not.
Yeah. At 19, 20, 21, you might have more grace to actually be like, okay, what do I not know, right? Mm-hmm. But at 15 and 16, when you're trying to literally figure out who the fuck you are, and you know for a fact that one of your parents chose to opt out of your life. Right? That is going to be so emotionally.
That's mad disrespectful.
That is a stain on their heart that's going to be there forever. It don't matter, even if they heal through it. It's still a wound. You know, like. But the thing is, some people don't. But some people aren't going to necessarily. I think it depends on the person and depends on how they're raised. Because there's some people who have experienced not having one of their parents at all, and it's not a loss to them, versus some people who were raised without a parent, but their other parent made sure it felt like a loss to them, right? Whether it being parents that were like incarcerated, right? If you're constantly learning that your dad went to jail or your mom's in jail, your mom did this now, your dad did this now. See what happens when your dad makes poor choices? That's why he can't be a father to you. That's why he can't do this, right? Versus parents who might communicate that a different way and be like, listen, your parent, whether it's a mother or father, they have made certain choices, and for those reasons, that's why they're not in your life, but you are still capable, you are still strong, you still have support, you still have people that love you, and when you're ready, you can go to that parent and say or have the conversation of why they were not a part of your life. Because those are two different experiences. I've seen it. It's two different experiences.
I lived it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, yeah,
there's a total difference between kids who feel supported despite having an absent parent versus kids who have an absent parent and they still don't get support at home. That shit fucks with your psyche in different ways. Yeah.
Chat.
I definitely feel like it, but to close it out for me at least, I feel like it's definitely for the buyback in or the buyout. It definitely falls into the child at the end of the day, man. For the buyback in, the buyback in, it definitely falls into the mother can accept it, but the child, it all depends on the age of the child. So what you was asking about charcuterie, yo? Like what?
I'm booking me if you know what that is.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Real quick.
Son, that's crazy, son.
I'm sorry.
You're booking for me booking
son, a cheese board, yo.
Cheese board?
So basically a board, like a cutting board type of situation.
Yeah. You cut cheese on?
And there's cheese on there, like different types of cheese on there.
Okay. You pick like assortment of cheese?
Yes, literally, an assortment of cheeses. Crackers sometimes.
I'm not a cheese person like that.
Okay, yeah.
You just gotta make most of that? Jay?
So what's your ideal charcuterie board? If you had to make a charcuterie board, what's your top three?
I just learned what
what's your top three cheeses? What's your top three cheeses you putting on there?
Mozzarella cheddar.
Mozzarella cheddar.
For what?
Top charcuterie board. Top three. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get you right.
Yeah, that's crazy. But let him.
I don't know the fucking cheeses, bro.
Nah, mozzarella cheddar. What else?
Maybe monster. I don't know.
Yeah, so
I just learned what the fuck this was last week, bro.
Okay, all right, it's cool. It's cool. We need to expand your cheese horizon, though. I'm going brie.
What?
I'm going with the brie, a nice brie. I'm going with I'm definitely Asiago on there. Asiago is definitely happening on there.
Okay, and I don't even speak.
I love fresh mozzarella, but I'm not gonna put that on my charcuterie board.
It's too wet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that on the board. Oh man. You can't go wrong with the sharp cheddar, but I'm not gonna do a sharp cheddar. Damn.
You know what my shit is? Goat cheese.
Goat. I was thinking goat cheese, but
I fucks with the goat cheese.
Goat cheese is good. I fucks with goat cheese. All right, what's your top three?
Cheese?
Yeah, on your charcuterie board.
Goat cheese. A camembert is always good, which is kind of like brie, but it's a little softer.
What's the one with the cranberries in it?
That's usually they mix it with a goat cheese.
Okay.
But you can do like blueberry, cranberry, whatever. Yeah. It's usually a goat cheese.
Okay.
Damn. Cheddar is actually good, but you gotta get the right cheddar.
Yeah,
Like
it's definitely gotta be a nice sharp. It's gotta be a good sharp.
A pepper jack is always cool.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a pepper jack.
Pepper jack is cool.
I feel like that's basic, but pepper jack works.
Yeah, but the thing is with charcuteries is what it sounds bougie, but just level with me. Cause charcuteries are supposed to be a fully it's supposed to be a bite-sized but expanded palate. So you're supposed to be able to get all of your taste sensory, right? So you get your salty, your sweet, your bitter.
Yes.
Your what's the other two? I think umami and I forget the other one. Right. So charcuteries, you're supposed to be able to have things on there that kind of hit every note. So yeah, you have cheese, but you also have like nuts, so like almonds, cashews, if people like stuff like that.
Obviously, they have raw meat one too.
Not necessarily raw, but you get like cold cuts,
like cold cuts, like salami, like Lunchable type stuff.
Yeah.
Raw meat.
So it's not
I ain't
raw.
want to say it like that, yo. You got to keep saying it.
So
like
you
that,
can do like smoked things.
But you
so
don't eat
like
cold
smoked
cuts?
ham.
You don't eat turkey sandwiches or nothing like that?
I cook my shit.
Yeah, but some people like berries and fruit, figs.
There are fruits on there.
This is a class for me, you know.
Yeah, jams, so apricots or like raspberry jams.
Oh,
so
really?
you can spread it like with your cheeses and all the things. Some people like mustard, or they'll put vinegary stuff. So it could be a mustard, it could be pickles. It's really whatever you want to taste. But you're essentially flavor pairing. That's what charcuteries really are. You're flavor pairing in snack ways.
Like I said, I'm learning today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just
That's high key. That's where Lunchables come from.
That is where Lunchables come from, yeah.
Charcuteries, yeah. Or some people call them cheese boards, but yeah.
Fun facts.
Yeah. That's literally how Lunchables come to be.
Damn, this was a very... not the word exciting. It really was exciting, but it was...
Educational.
An ongoing conversation.
Yeah, we can close out because I got to piss again, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a very dope episode, and Helen, thank you very, very much.
That's a fact, yo. We appreciate you coming.
It was fun. Thank you for having me, guys.
And definitely pass through as much as you want.
We're gonna have you here throughout the upgrades and such.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so we definitely.
I love to come back.
Yeah, and like I said, the doors are whatever Friday. Just hit us like yo. And we just get you updated on what we got going on.
Okay,
like,
cool.
That's how open the doors.
And our side project's gonna be cool too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want. You know what we should do though? I don't know, man.
Come on, man. Have your thoughts another time. We gotta finish off, man. I gotta pee.
No, not to do. I just remind me to ask.
I got you. I still gotta tell her about BBOGG and everything, yo. I forget that part, yo.
You gotta tell me about this.
So people, thanks again for tuning in. This your boy Gallus J.
Dr. Sour.
This is Foul FM.
Alright,
PJ.
Yes.
PJ. So again, this is Vybz Friday. Each and every Friday we're here from 9 p.m. until we decide to end the vibe.
Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to all the righteous people out there. And I'm not sure no shit still, so nobody no come inbox me tomorrow and talk no shit. But either way, fuck off. But again, catch us again Sunday with Gallus and the Baddies here at 2 p.m. And this Sunday is his brunch Sunday, so we're gonna be eating good this Sunday. I'm excited.
Good. All right.
And then follow up next Friday again. We're there again, Vybz Friday, and next week what?
I don't know. We'll talk about it. Yo, come on, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Hey.
Shout out to Punda in the back.
Hey, yeah, producer. Let's go.
I see you. Appreciate y'all.
Oh.
Shout out to our producers.
But we're closing out right now like this.
Fucking Robitussin. I don't know why this shit got me lazy right now. Yeah, can't do Percocet to my leg. I'm turning on and trying to leave it up. Yeah, right. Baby, you bring it over to my place. You be like, baby, you care. So I know you care. Bring it over to my place. You don't know what you do. Eat to me. Your body like speaks to me. I don't know what you do. Eat to me. Your body like speaks to me. GoPro and make a video. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ride it, get it on my love, bring it up to my legs. You be high, baby, who cares? I know you get it on my time, bring it over to my bed. You don't know who did you teach what I taught you? Better not give him my nickname. I don't like thinking about it. I swear that it's wearing me down. No, but tell me who's getting all of mine? Who's getting all of mine? Residuals. Who's getting all of mine? Who's getting all of mine? Residuals. Who's getting all of mine? Who's getting all of mine? Residuals. Made it clear you didn't wanna see the sequel. I was lying when I said the feelings mutual. No, it took some time to realize we're different people. And love is blind. I see love is blind. Can we build it up, just to let it wash away? And tell me that I lace you up, just to watch you run away. Please tell me who's getting on my love, who's getting on my love. Tell me who's getting on my time. All that I used to be mine, baby. Who did you teach what I taught you? Better not give him my nickname. I don't like thinking about it. I swear that it's wearing me down.